Alright boys, hello and welcome back to another episode. We are in the city, I've just gone online and today we are here for yet another night shift. So right now it's not too late, I think around 9:40 p.m. but the shift will continue on until 2:30 a.m. So 2.5 in the morning. Today is actually my second shift of the day. I had a 2.5 hour shift that started at 5 p.m. went until 8 something. And then I had a 1 hour break where, I went with my bike, explored the city a little bit at a very, very slow pace, tourist style. And after that, my hands and feet are feeling really cold right now. So I'm, looking forward to getting some motors, getting on the move, getting on the pedals, warming up, and getting into the flow of things. So we'll see how things go. For now, though, it's looking pretty empty here on screen. We are around the central station area, and there's a couple of restaurants here that are, I'm sure, are still open. Again, it's not that late, so I'll be keeping my eye on the screen here. And actually, we got our first order, boys. Heading over to Sushiyama at the central station. So I think we'll bring our bike inside because it's not the safest area, And then it looks like the pickup is in 5 minutes from now. So let's head over there. Alright, so I really need to get a move on because, what am I, I cannot feel my toes right now, They're kind of going numb, so, that's not Gucci at all. All we have to do is do a little walking, a little biking, and we'll get the blood pumping, Right, so the central station, as you can see there, just in front of us, and I think we're taking the main entrance, if I'm not mistaken, to find the restaurant just inside there. So let's see how this works out. Alright, so here's Sushiyama. That's our spot. And let me check what we're doing here. This is 08, right? Perfect, thank you so much. Alright guys, perfect. We didn't have to wait at all. The order was right there waiting for us, so it was perfect. Right now we're being sent off to the King's Hill. I'm guessing 5 to 8 minutes is all it takes to get there, so let's get on pedaling. Anyway, I feel like I got some pep to my step, it's kind of nice. I didn't sleep all that much today. And so for my previous shift, and even like an hour ago, boys, I was falling asleep in real time, So, I don't know. I guess you turn the camera on and you get into it, So we'll see if the energy lasts. Ideally, I'll be tucking myself into bed at midnight today, but, we're out here working. And again, since it's a weekend, it's worth it to come out here and get in a couple hours of riding, so that's what we're doing. All right, I'll have to keep checking the map because at the moment I cannot really visualize where the address actually is, but I just know that we're getting closer and closer with every second. So yeah, boys, hold up. Oh yeah, this road is closed, so let's go around. So yeah, boys, it is a Friday night today, and at this hour it's still kind of early, right? But the breakdown is that, up until maybe 10, 11, there will be, a decent amount of orders, or at least there should be. And then after, reach 11 p.m. till midnight, it's going to slow down possibly and kind of die down until it picks back up at, maybe 1 a.m. And that's when, people are coming home from their night venues and whatnot. So there's usually some stuff to do at that point. But we're here until 2:30 a.m. It's not terribly late, but it still is definitely a night shift. And as for us, boys, we are approaching our drop-off point just around the corner here. We'll have to check the instructions to see what the customer wrote down. But we're pretty much here, guys. Jag söker Jonna. Ja. Sådär. Där går. All right, so that was actually a customer, and I guess they're coming home from somewhere. And yeah, they got the food right then and there. Let's drop this off in the app, and for now the screen is empty, guys. All right, so let's head this way. We're headed towards, I don't know, the city hall, I guess, and kind of the central area in that direction. So yeah, we'll see what today brings. I mean, it's close to 5 hours of work time that we're going to be putting down today. So yeah, plenty of opportunity to get to see some cool sights and sounds. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so actually on my previous shift today, you know, the 2 and something hours that it was raining at that time, which is why I have these things, you know, the mittens, as I call them. Usually I would have my other gloves or hand mittens, but I don't know, I've kind of gotten used to these a little bit, you know. They still definitely look ridiculous, but I'm just kind of like, they're there, they work, so I guess I'm gonna keep them, you know. So we're actually in an area right now where there are plenty of restaurants that are open, that are typically busy, you know, with orders. But yeah, as of right now, I don't see anything on my screen. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking, where should we go? And I think the answer is we have to head east, boys. We have not been in the east part of the city in a while, it feels like. Maybe it's just me, but it surely feels that way, you know? So yeah, let's find ourselves on the left turn here, and this, you know, if we go in this direction, we'll end up on the east side of the city, which is what we want, right? So yeah, let's keep on going. Actually, I think this is where we started, right? Yeah, I think this is where I popped out the camera. So yeah, we've done a little circle, boys. We've dropped off some sushi, and yeah, we're looking for more action. An update has just come in, and we're being sent back to Kings Hill and the Brothers, yeah, I think it's the Brothers Burger, which we passed by, you know, maybe 2 minutes ago. So yeah, guys, when I said last week the weather was bad, and you know, I mean, it still is. I mean, it was really bad. It was cold, it was windy, and it was raining. Like the triple threat, you know, it was all there. Honestly, guys, when it's like below 0, it doesn't really matter because you don't get wet, so it just doesn't have the same effect. It's these, you know, 0 through, you know, I don't know, 8 degrees Celsius type of range that is the worst to deal with because of wetness and stuff, you know. So I'm glad that at least today we are not caught in the rain, you know. All right, boys, we are just outside of Brothers Burger here. So I see a little bench over there. I feel like we might be able to just sit down there. We are picking up 3 burgers in total, and they're all truffle burgers. Sounds pretty nice. Perfect, tack så mycket.
Tack så jättemycket.
All right, boys, order number 2 is in the bag. We just gotta get it delivered now. Let's see where we are headed. Staying here on the Kings Hill, but we are headed west of here. I guess around a 10-minute ride. All right, boys, and away we go. Most of the way there is gonna be uphill, but it's nothing too crazy. I think we'll be just fine. Anyway, I'm out here today because I think this is the first episode that I'm recording this week, but I'm not even sure. Like, I know I had one episode, one and done, you know, on the SD card, but I'm not even sure when that was. It's a little bit, you know, hazy, the time frames, because, you know, as I'm, you know, at the house editing the video, and these videos are like, you know, from a couple of weeks ago, so those are like fresh in my memory, so I'm not even sure what's going on in the here and now. But yeah, we're out here Friday night, boys. Should be nice and chill. I'm expecting things to go smoothly, and yeah, this is delivery number 2, guys. Let's get it done. So we're passing by the Hilltop Park here, and just making a turn here towards the main street, which we're going to cross, and then keep going straight. On this street, there's plenty of stuff to do. We're probably going to be sent back here after this drop-off. Here you'll find Mac's, McDonald's, and yeah, there's even a little pizza shop nearby. So yeah, we're actually about 80% of the way there. There is a large hill coming up that we'll have to get up and over, but we're almost there, guys. All right, we are climbing up. So, I don't know, at the very beginning there, I had a nice little spurt of energy. But right now, I'm feeling like, ooh, you know, the energy's starting to dip down a little bit. So, you know, it's all good. We'll keep it nice and chill and just go with the flow, you know? All right, so I think we're coming up on the entrance here. All right, so they told us to call them when we're here. I've just sent a text message or a chat message. Judging by the light that just turned on, I guess I think there's some movement, you know. We're still gonna call them just in case.
Hallå?
Hej, Foodora matleverans är framme.
Ja, okej. Då kommer jag ner. Är det vid 6an?
Ja, precis.
Ja, okej. Då kommer jag.
Perfekt, tack. Hej.
Ja.
Right, so the light changing was just a false alert, but the customer is on their way down. Hey, Stella.
Ja,
Sådär,
tack så jättemycket.
All right, boys. What is that delivery number? I'm not sure, actually. Yeah, like I said, I didn't get too much sleep, so... Anyway, as I mentioned, we are in fact being sent over to McDonald's on that little main street. Not sure what it's called, to be honest. I mean, after 4 years of working, I should know, but I don't know. I just rely on the GPS, you know, visual. That's all. I don't really care what the street name is. I just need to know how to get there, you know? All right, so yeah, we're literally backtracking our steps. This is the way that the route that we took to the customer, and yeah, we're going that same route, but in reverse. With the Halloween decorations, boys, look at that. Hey, G6FS. Så kul. Alright, so we have the order, boys. To drop it off, we're being sent west again. And to get there, we need to get past the hospital. That's going to be on our left. Getting to the hospital requires, you know, climbing up a slight hill, nothing too major. And then from there, we're heading over to an area that's currently, I mean, there's a lot of construction happening there. I think maybe 1 or 2 building complexes are in the works. So from last I saw, you know, a bunch of the streets had the roadblocks and whatnot. So we'll see if it's possible to get through there. But I'm guessing that it is, you know. All right, so this is the hospital on our left. Sometimes we do deliveries here as well. Some of the staff members, you know, are hungry, and not to waste any time, they place an order for delivery straight to them, and that's when we come in. There have been some issues though, you know, locating the customer when delivering to this hospital, because yeah, there was just not enough information provided, you know. But yeah, in the end, it always works out. As you can see up ahead, cranes, construction cranes towering above. Not exactly sure how big the construction project here is, but yeah, they have multiple areas here that are being worked on. We're almost there, guys. It's not terribly far to get here. So far, we spent maybe 5 minutes. And if I remember correctly, we're looking for 153, which could be this one. I'm not sure. 153, that's it right there. All right, let me check the details. I'm not sure if we have a code or not. All right, and then I'm not sure which door it is, but I'm pretty sure that it is timed. So, hey. All right, boys. I mean, this elevator, I don't know if you can see, but it looks, I don't know, a little bit industrial, or I mean, definitely kind of hard around the edges, you know, kind of scratched up and all metal and stuff. I certainly wouldn't call it cozy, you know. It's a little bit dark. The world's quietest building. Up next, we're getting maxed out at max Fridhemsplan. Oh, very cool. The bike is still here. I mean, we're gonna just going back and forth, guys, you know? We had the burger going here, going back. McDonald's going here, going back, and we'll see where this Max order takes us. Anyway, boys, let's head over to Max, pick up some Swedish burgers. And Max is just over there.
Back from Korea Monday.
Yeah, boys, here's Max. We're picking up 2 orders from here. Let's see if they're ready or not.
33, 34 är klart.
Tack.
Kom in.
Alright, boys, double order from Max. Next drop-off location is really close and it's downhill as well, so we should be able to get there quickly. Guys, I cannot believe that it's actually dry for once. I mean, there has been so much rain recently that yeah, it's a breath of fresh air not to have to look like a wet rat, you know. Actually, my so-called waterproof jacket, I don't think it's waterproof anymore. I think I've washed it, you know, one too many times, and now it's just a normal water absorbent jacket, you know. Still, with the amount of layers that's on me, you know, it's not a problem. Even though it looks wet on the outside, you know, I'm still dry underneath, which is good. I have a suspicion that we might have to climb back up this little downhill that we just went through. Ja.
Amanda.
Inte den. Sådär.
Tusen tack. Ha en bra
Bra.
kväll.
Hej. All right, so the customer thought that the code was not going to work, but it did. But they still met us on the bottom floor there. So up next, call once we arrive. On the map there, as you can see, it's 10 minutes, maybe just under. Let's get moving. All right, so if I was cold before, you know, while we had just started, man, I was saying, you know, I couldn't feel my toes, and that was true. Oh, but now, not sure how long it's been. I mean, it's been over an hour for sure. We've done several deliveries now. I gotta say, it's getting kind of toasty, you know, because I'm moving about and, you know, doing all this stuff. It definitely gets the blood pumping, you know. So, for example, you know, people sometimes ask me, you know, when I'm working in the winter, I have pretty much the same outfit as I do now, plus, you know, 1 or 2 layers for my upper body, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. And the reason that I can stay warm in the winter is exactly because, you know, I'm pedaling the bike to propel myself forward, right? So I do wonder, you know, I surely have a plan to acquire an e-bike at some point in the future, you know. So I'm just kind of curious, you know. I wonder how would that change things, you know, how it affect, you know, the dynamics of what I do, you know. Would you still, you know, be able to stay warm in the winter? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess you could like turn off the electric assist and just go ham on the pedals, you know, for 120 seconds. I mean, that's always an option. What's happening here? Lots of activity. Usually this spot is just, you know, dead. I guess people are heading to the Halloween events. And as for us, we're almost there. We'll be arriving, I don't know, 60 seconds from now, I'm guessing. We'll have to backtrack towards the main streets to get any more orders. I'll check on the time as well, and I'll give you the update on, you know, what we're dealing with. All right, boys, on the GPS here, it says that around this corner, the drop-off point awaits. Sometimes it's not quite synchronized, so I'll make sure to check the details. But it could be this building right here. Let's find out.
Hallå?
Hej, Foodora matleverans. Jag är framme.
Ja, jag kommer ner.
Okay, tack. Hey. Right, so apparently they're on the way down.
Tja.
Hey, William.
Ja, stämmer.
Sådär.
Tack så mycket.
Bra. All right, boys, and that's the Max order dropped off. Screen is empty right now. Let me give you guys a little status update. Right, so it's been about 2 hours since we started our shift, and in that time we've dropped off 5 deliveries. So certainly not too many, but it's one of those late night shift things. So if I actually wanted to do effective work, I would be, planting myself in the South Island as always. But, like I said, we've been there too many times on an episode, and I wanted to mix it up a little bit. Anyway, I'll take a short break. Right, but at the same time though, it does feel like we are kind of milking the same 2 restaurants, right? Like we're going to McDonald's and Mac's, and I would certainly like to mix it up a little bit. The idea was that until 11 p.m., there would be some actual normal restaurants that we would go to pick up some food. But so far it's only been, late night joints and burger spots, so. Alright guys, since we last dropped off our order, nothing else has popped up on screen. It hasn't been that long though, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15. We are now in the pickup range of the late night joints, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, the city hall and the main central train station, they're kind of closely stacked. They're close to one another, so I think that's where I'm gonna go for now. And yeah, let's see what happens. Near the central station is also like a late night Thai food place that I want to show you guys. Just like have a quick peek inside. They have like music blasting, disco balls spinning, lights bouncing around and whatever. And in the meantime, you just go there and order yourself a pad Thai or whatever people go for these days. So it's always nice to see a place that's lively and fun. McDonald's is lively, but I wouldn't call it fun. Speaking of which, we are being sent to a pizza kiosk, the one where they roll the pizzas and then serve them to you, wrapped up in a circle. And to be honest, the best way to get there is actually to go all the way back up to where we just were and then turn right and across the bridge. So I'm actually not sure. I don't think these are full-sized pizzas. I think they're like rectangle shaped, slightly compact, and then they're rolled up and put into a piece of paper. To be honest though, I wouldn't mind going for one of those myself. Still, I'm quite happy about the location here. We are being sent to kind of the place where I was hoping to go, so it's all kind of working out. All right, here we go. This is our turn, and this leads us onto the bridge. So we're not moving terribly quickly through here right now, but I guess there's a slight headwind here, and also I'm all sorts of tired. We'll get there soon enough though, no worries. Alright, so from here I can actually see the kiosk. It's just that one with the round sign on the top. Not sure how well that comes across on camera, but it's really close. That guy is going like 100 kilometers per hour. Alright, so the kiosk is just right there on our left.
But actually,
16 EU.
vi tar
Perfect,
lite i fisken.
Right, so the pizza is picked up. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I'm a big fan of this neighborhood. Very quiet and relaxed. Everybody here is nice and polite and just, well-mannered and positive. It's like, what more could you ask for? We'll be taking this street all the way until the end. This is where the city kind of ends. And in front of us, I think a big, patch of railroad acting as a, city limit of sorts. We're headed this way until the map boundary and then swinging right. We'll be arriving in like a couple of minutes. Alright boys, so the battery in the camera ran out and I only noticed it now, so I'm not sure where we left off, but yeah, the update is that, and we did get an order from Max, which is where we're headed to now. It's about 5 minutes away. Oh yeah, and the time is, just past midnight. We have about 2 hours left. Right, there's a street that we're coming up on that's been recently resurfaced, and it's kind of a different design from what you usually see in the city. I think it's like a Dutch design, I'm not sure, but it's these, take a look here. It's 2 red stripes that run the middle, and then it's separated by these stretched lines. So I'm not sure what exactly you do with that, but it certainly looks different than it used to. All right, so on your left there, you should be able to see Max. We don't have to go inside actually. The whole process is handled through a little window opening. So it should be nice and simple. Sometimes though, it does take a little bit of time for the food to get ready. So I see at least one order that's good to go. Let me check the details. It says ready in 1 minute. Okay. 19, Alexander. Varsågod.
Varsågod.
All right, so as you can see on the map there, we're being sent, 2 blocks away. Also, if I was feeling like hot and toasty before, now I'm feeling still warm, but it's almost like on the edge. Maybe it's because we slowed down. Yeah, probably because of that. Let's test out this newly repaved road. There's a lot more space for the bikes now. This bike lane used to be, shoulder tight, So now there's a lot more space here. I still don't really understand these 2 lines. Like, what do you do with that, Like, you might as well draw a green snake, like... Same effect. I guess it means that they both share, they can share each other's space. I don't know, guys. All right, we're almost here. Looking for number 22. Just here on my left. Can't remember now if we had a code or if they're gonna meet us outside. Let me check. All right, looks like we have a code. Pretty sure it's gonna work as well. So, there's multiple vendors for these intercom systems, right? And some of them have a night mode feature where after a certain time, like past 10 p.m. for example, somebody who has the code is not going to be able to use it. And then also sometimes you cannot call, the resident after a certain time. To be honest, I'm not sure if anybody really appreciates this feature, or I feel like it's more of an annoyance, to be honest, than anything else. But yeah, can't really say for sure. Är det rast till Alexander?
Alexanders Frölin.
Ja.
Ja, alltså du är en kille. Jag ska göra det. Men hur blir det för notas?
Sådär. Är det bra? Alright, so this one has dropped off. We got another one from Max. Anyway, for now, I'm happy that we have, some stuff going on, dropping things off. Let's see how long it lasts, but yeah. I remember when I first started, working for the company a couple of years ago. There would be times when I was just like riding around the city or walking around the city, I don't know, like 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time between orders. So, that was something, That was a real relaxed vibes, Oh, and yeah, when I started, it was just compensation per hour. Now it's a mixed payment system, so you get paid per hour and for each delivery, as you guys have seen, right? But at the beginning, it was just hourly, and I'm not sure how much it was, but it was less than the new mix system. When the mix system was introduced, I was a little bit hesitant. I was like, wow, what if there's nothing to deliver? What happens then? But once I signed on, my pay increased right then and there, so it was nice. And I don't know how my other colleagues perform. For me, like, I'm in the 3 to 4 range, If there's no delays, if everything goes quickly, then 4, is easy, just fine. But then there's some guys out there who deliver 5 per hour. I don't know how they do it. Even if you have the fastest e-bike around, you're still limited by the time that you spend at the restaurant and over at the customer sometimes. All right, so right now no bags are packed, but they are being prepared. So we're getting a double order from here, guys. Time right now is 12:30, so another 2 hours to go. Yes, Kamil.
Kamil.
I have 2 though. Kamil. I also have 20 Anna.
Anna.
Thank you.
Det är klart. Så det är enklast skor.
Alright guys, so we're being sent in the same direction that we went previously. It's not the same street, but it is in the same general direction. So what is that? 1, 2, 3 blocks or so. Oh, and we do have a double order, so once we drop this off, we'll see where the other one goes. Oh, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this last episode, but I mean, we already had our first snow, for example. I think like 2 weeks ago. I was not working on that day, thankfully. But yeah, I was looking outside the window. It was like snowing. It was, I don't know. You don't like to see that. At least I don't. Okay, I think this is the street here. Let's go ahead and find number 10.
Koden funkar inte efter en viss tid.
Nej, är det Anna?
Ja, precis.
Ja. Sådär.
Tack så jättemycket.
Bra. Hej. Boys, look at this. We are being sent to the moon. I mean, it's the university living quarters. I mean, it's like 50 to 20 minutes away, and that's, you know, one way. You have to come back afterwards. Look at that. Oh, I mean, that's just one of those things, I guess. But I still feel like this area should be serviced by, you know, mopeds or cars, you know. Last time we did have delivery to this area as well, and that time we went through the forest. That was kind of fun, actually, you know. Yeah, we had a nice little nature exploration route, you know. I think we saw some sheep in a field as well. I mean, that was kind of fun, you know. But I think this time I'm just going for the streamlined approach. We got to get there as quickly as possible, I think, not to waste too much time. All right, guys, look at this. This area looks a little bit more leafy. I like that, you know. It kind of holds back the time a little bit, you know. I cannot believe it's going to be winter again. I'm not a fan, guys. I'm really not a fan. Oh yeah, I remember last year when the temperatures dropped, this was the first spot where I saw, you know, ice on the road, as well as a bridge in the city. But yeah, I just remember traveling down this road and, you know, seeing like sparkles on the road, and I had my summer tires on like I do now. And I mean, that just creates for some real discomfort, you know, like knowing that you might lose grip any moment. So you're just gonna like freeze up a little, try to keep a straight line as much as possible, you know. No off balance antics unless you want to wipe out, you know. I'm looking at the temperature, you know, report. We are getting close to 0 in the coming days, but it's gonna bounce back up to 7 and 5. So we're not quite there yet, but I mean, yeah, once November comes, I mean, it's Jover, you know. That's just how it is. You're stuck in the freezer for, I don't know, like 8 months. All right, let me take a look at the map here. You know, we are making progress, but like I said, it does take 15 to, most of the time 15, but sometimes up to 20 minutes. And yeah, when you double that out, it just, you know, for one delivery, it's a little bit too dank, to be honest. All right, so if you can see that in front of you, Stockholm University. And yeah, the place that we're going to is the living quarters where some of the students are housed. I think everybody lives everywhere, but you know, this is just one of the, you know, primary facilities that are, I guess, on campus, you could say. Alright, so we're about 90% of the way there. This was all highway miles, and now we enter into the neighborhood here. There's a nice little uphill at the end as well, but we'll get through it just fine. Alright boys, here we go. After we get up this hill, the drop-off address should be right in front of us. Alright, we're almost there. If it usually takes 15, this one definitely took 20. Let's see, it says that this is the spot. Hi, delivery for Camille.
Yes.
There you go. Alright guys, so how long did it take us exactly? Last delivery was at 22 minutes, this was at 58. I mean, that's quite a long time, guys. 36 minutes to get here from the last drop-off. Let's make the journey all the way back to the city now. It's 1 a.m., so an hour and a half left on the clock. I'm just about ready to go home, though. I gotta say that, you know. I'm gonna say that much, you know. Yeah, get back home, have a nice little meal, a little burger or something, you know. Just sit down, relax. It's gonna be good. I think actually last time I did one of these shifts, I mean, I just came home, I had a salad, I went straight to bed. Like I didn't have energy for anything else, you know. So I think today might play out in the same way. We'll see. It's a long ways back, boys, to the city. All right, guys, very cool. We got some gray skies and a long ways to go back to the city. And yeah, usually I'll be pretty quick through here, you know, just like let's get going. But man, I'm feeling tired right now. Bring me a pillow and man, I would take a nap real quick. All right, so if you can see those buildings up ahead in the darkness, that is the inner city limits, you could say. So we're almost back. All right, so I know for certain that there's no restaurants in this area. The closest one to us is Kebab King and then Max, where we had our previous 2 orders. And that's like 8 minutes away. If we keep heading this way though, we'll reach Stockholm East. And I think they have two Maxes that are kind of close to each other. So that could be an option. Honestly, guys, this little outing here, like the university area drop-off, it kind of put a dent to our delivery rate for today, it feels like. I mean, I'm in the city now, there's nothing's coming through, but still, like, I think it's close, like an hour that we spent on that one delivery. We're being sent to Max in Kings Hill. Pickup time is at 12 minutes. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take us to get there. I'm guessing 15 maybe. I'm not feeling terribly fast, you know, so looks like a situation has unfolded inside of 7-Eleven there. I see a scooter on the ground. Not sure what happened. Getting to Max is as simple as following this road right here, pretty much. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Alright, so there's about an hour left of the shift, which I guess isn't that long at all. So estimating that positively we'll get 3 deliveries done, but realistically it's going to be 2 or something, you know. So unless this Max pickup, you know, comes through with a like a triple order all at once, you know, yeah, who knows? Let's check it out. We need to get across the street here and we'll be at Max. So maybe not a triple, but we do have a double order, boys. We seem to kind of be ready. Let's check. 53 Elvira and 52...
You have 2 orders, right?
Yeah, 2 orders, city.
52 and 53?
Yeah.
That's 97.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
Alright, so as you can see there, we're headed across the bridge. Alright, looks like this is our turn. It might be number 5 here on the right side. Oh, guys, if you remember that previous elevator from, I don't know, several hours ago, you know, it was all metal and rugged and stuff. This one, I don't know, a little bit faded, the wood, but it's, I don't know, it's definitely more cozy. If you can see, it has a wooden floor as well. I mean, I think that's kind of nice. All right, boys, so we're back outside. I had to switch batteries halfway through, but the orders dropped off. Next up, we're being sent over to the island of Small Essingen. I don't know what that means, but there's like 2 islands, one a big one and a small one. We're going to the small one, and that's the one that's actually, you know, closer to get to, which is nice. I don't know how much time we'll have left afterwards. It's quite a distance, you know. I guess it's gonna take 15 minutes to get there, and then yeah, I mean, I don't know, I guess we'll have half an hour left afterwards. The route to take to get there, I think, yeah, just this main street for the most part. It swings off to the right and we'll follow through with that curve. Oh yeah, and the reason why I'm so tired is just that, you know, I went to bed late. I went to bed like 7 a.m. guys. Yeah, not something that I've been doing recently. I just kind of got caught up in, watching YouTube updates, which I haven't done in a while. And then, I had to wake up early because of some scheduling. And I guess I got 5 hours of sleep or something, I don't know. And, it's nothing extreme, but certainly I'm feeling pretty tired at this point. All right, boys, not too bad. We've done about 30% so far. And, it's been pretty easy, so let's keep on going. All right, so over here, I think we need to go left. This crossing was closed for bicycles for a long time. I don't know why it took so long. Like it took forever for them to, I don't know, rebuild or redesign or whatever they were doing. But finally it has opened up, so we can kind of roll through here a little bit more easily. So we are making progress, boys. I think maybe just over a halfway point. All right, and coming up next, we are about to cross over a bridge, and then we'll be on this little island here. The address that we're looking for, I think it's just under the bridge, so we're gonna have to do a little circle here to reach it. It's not quite obvious how to get inside here. Not seeing any numbers, but let's try this door. So on the map it says that this is number 3. I guess through the gate is number 1. I wish I knew that beforehand, Hey, Elvira.
Ja. Perfekt.
Sådär.
Tack så mycket.
Tack. All right, boys, that's the delivery dropped off. So yeah, it turns out number 1 was through the gate, but the code wasn't working. And as you saw, the customer found us outside. And with that, let's see. It's 2 a.m., boys. Nothing on screen here. I'm gonna try and head towards the South Island, and from here it's actually quite reasonable to expect that I'm gonna make it. So we gotta get over this bridge has a name, but I don't know what it's called. Sorry, boys. There's a big bridge that leads over to the South Island, so we're gonna go ahead and try and take that one. This guy with the headlight torch, I feel like we've seen him somewhere else. What's the deal with him, Anyway, boys, the view here is actually decent. I'm not sure how much you can see, but yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. Guys, in the daytime, this island is good for a nice little walk. And this whole area as well. Right by the water, cool little views. It gets a little thumbs up from me, So, last half hour of the shift, there are some nice red zones that I'm seeing over at the South Island. Oof, man, I feel absolutely spent, boys. I think I left the house at 4:30, and by the time we finish, it'll be, 2:30 a.m., so that's 10 hours on the bike. And by the time I get home, it'll be really late. So, it's a full day of rolling about, I guess most people literally are away like 12 hours a day, Like they work 8 hours, 1 hour lunch, 40 minutes commute each way. By the time they get home, they have like 3 hours left of their lives, That is interesting, boys. Anyway, I checked my own channel, and the first videos that I posted were like all summery and stuff. It was bright, it was nice out. Now here we are in like late October. It's not looking too good, boys, so yeah, definitely I gotta get on those lunchtime shifts to, just give it a little brightness to the channel, Otherwise it's too much. Always dark, like what the hell. Anyway, here's the bridge. On the screen it says searching for orders. So yeah, we'll see if we can get one more order in on the South Island maybe. And then if we do, I do really hope that it doesn't go crazy and like send us, in like a reverse direction across, 3 different islands, from one side of the city to the other. Like that would not be cool at all. Frowny face emoji, But yeah, it can happen. So we'll be on the lookout, you know. So on the South Island right now, there are 3 restaurants that are still active. There's 2 McDonald's and 1 Mac's. Yeah, maybe a couple of 7-Elevens as well, but those are rare. Yeah, I'm really hoping things go smoothly from here until the end of the shift. Speaking of smooth, let's smoothly roll down this little downhill section of this arched bridge. I'm ready to go home, boys. I'm definitely ready. In fact, I would just like to teleport myself, you know, instead of commuting for another 45 minutes. But it is what it is. Alright, so right now we're headed straight towards a nearby McDonald's. I'm pretty sure it's still open and still active. But yeah, this last half hour, you know, from 2 to 2:30, usually it's quite slow. On screen here, we are still searching for orders, but I'm pretty sure there's like 9 minutes left for the shift today, so I'm pretty much headed towards the exit here. Hey guys, even though literally nothing is happening here on the South Island, what's going on here? But we'll skip that whole section, you know. From what it looked like, it was like one guy and his friend who was being, I don't know, dealt with somehow by the security, and then so, you know, his friend was filming that, and then the security was upset about that, which I don't know about that one. Security guard seemed aggravated by it, you know, I'm not sure why. Alright, I think, okay, let me get this green light here, boys, and then we'll check the status report. Yeah. This spoke too soon. Right, so there's 5 minutes left of the shift. I'm gonna just continue towards the exit, you know. I'm not gonna stop here and wait for the whole thing to end. I'm counting it as a concluded, you know, episode. But I do, in fact, have to wait until the official time to give you guys the full rundown. So today is going to be a little bit different though, because like I said, I work 2 shifts instead of 1, and you cannot really separate, you know, the details by shift. It's only by date. So we'll have the 2 combined, but we'll have a, you know, an average of the 2. All right, the time is 2:30, guys. Let me refresh the page to confirm that we are now offline. Whew. Oh man, what a day, guys. It was kind of long, you know. I think mostly because I had the like 1+ hour in between the 2 shifts. I think that's what sealed the deal, you know. Anyway, boys, let me check the payments tab here and let's see what exactly, you know, how it went. It looks like, from what I counted in my head, I've worked for 7.5 hours today. That includes, you know, both shifts that I attended. And for that time spent, we've earned ourselves 1,300 Swedish crowns, which I think is a reasonable, you know, low number. I think our hourly rate today is lower than usual because, you know, there's just less to do, longer distances, and we're also moving a little bit slower than usual. But yeah, overall, it's a nice little outing, boys. I'm on my way to go home and just dive into bed head first, you know? I think that's the plan from me. Anyway, guys, that concludes today's night shift episode. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you liked today's episode, make sure to give me a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. And yeah, guys, I hope to see the next one. Until then, have a great one and peace out. Bye.